the final weekend in October. We reached the midpoint of the 2003 season with games today. And these two teams, the Browns and the Patriots, trying to maintain or move into first place with a victory.
Subway presents Fresh Start, a glance at
68,000 here at Gillette Stadium. A look at the AFC North standings. The Ravens lead. No one with a winning record. Browns only a half game out of first. And in the AFC East, New England with that overtime win in Miami, moving a half game in front of the Dolphins. Joining us now on the field, let's go to Bonnie Bernstein.
Dick, the Patriots have made a couple late decisions on the field. Ty Law, who did not play last week with an ankle, didn't practice this week. Just 15 minutes ago, Bill Belichick decided he will start at quarterback. Off the field, late yesterday afternoon, the Patriots cut right tackle Kenyatta Jones. Jones, of course, arrested on Tuesday for a bizarre incident where he allegedly threw scalding hot water on his administrative assistant, causing second and third degree burns on his back, burns on his face. Belichick said he did not step foot on the field for us this year because of double knee surgery in the offseason. We now know he won't play for us this year. We want to give him a chance to play somewhere else, Dick.
All right, Bonnie. But Belichick does welcome back a lot of the wounded, including Ty Law. As you look at the season and series history, they last met a couple years ago, and the Patriots victorious. Andre King and Andre Davis back as Adam Vinatieri will kick it off for the Patriots, who have won 5 of their last 6. The Browns were 6-2 on the road last year, and they're 2-1 this year. And look for an upset in New England today. Andre Davis to the 20. And the wide receiver dumped at the 25-yard line by Matt Chatham. And here come the Cleveland Browns offense. Tim Couch gets the call to start at quarterback today. Kelly Holcomb is available as number 2. Melvin Fowler at center for Jeff Fain. And it is a reworked offensive line. A ton of injuries there. James Jackson, only 10 carries all season long, will play for the injured William Green. William Green is not active, a shoulder injury. That's a pretty nice number to have for you. Tim Couch, 6 for 6 in his last 6 road starts. And it's Jackson up the middle and squirts for 3. Tripped up by Seymour and company as we check the New England starting defense. And number 93, Richard Seymour, in his 3rd season, a star now in the Patriots defensive line. Teddy Bruschi, they'll be in the middle of things, whether it's a 3-4 or 4-3 defensive scheme. And Ty Law returns to the starting lineup at cornerback, the Pro Bowler from Michigan, Bill Belichick. We saw a different Belichick last weekend in Miami. The excitement of that dramatic 82-yard touchdown in overtime to beat the Dolphins. Couch steps away from pressure, fires the far side, incomplete for King, and thrown out of play anyway. Eugene Wilson to cover for New England.
There seemed to be some confusion there on that pattern, and Butch Davis is he's had to make a lot of decisions with this Browns team, and you can't tell me that he's not nervous about the left side of his offensive line, where a left guard and a left tackle make their first NFL starts today against maybe the most complex defensive front in football in Bill Belichick's New England Patriots defense.
Enoch DeMar from Indiana and Joaquin Gonzalez of Miami are the starting tackles. 3rd down and 7. 4 wide are the Browns. They have 4 outstanding wide receivers. Couch running for his life. Sacked from behind. Mike Vrabel, the linebacker, collars him for a big loss.
Gonzalez is the left tackle. Enoch DeMar is the left guard. And if you're going to take a look at it, here comes the blitz right in between the two of them. They block different people, and unaccounted for comes Mike Vrabel in the blitz.
And here's Chris Gardocki. He has never had a punt block. Has the longest string ever in the NFL. 938 punts now without having one block. Troy Brown, the all-time returner for the Patriots, from the 38 to the 45. Fumbles, but it goes out of bounds, and the Patriots will maintain possession at the 48-yard line. Michael Jameson, a defensive back, able to hit the arm of Brown and knock the ball free. A 10-yard return of a 46-yard punt. And here comes Tom Brady with a starting offense of the New England Patriots. Brady is an impressive 25-12 as New England starting quarterback, and of course all the way to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Damian Woody solid in a reworked offensive line for New England, and the aforementioned Troy Brown fresh from that terrific play in overtime to win the game in Miami. From the 49. So good field position for Brady. Play action, and he's going long off the bat for the rookie Johnson. Complete to the 5-yard line to Bethel Johnson. Only 6 catches all year now for Johnson, but he is the fastest of the fast, a 4.2 sprinter.
Well, you're talking about awesome speed. And this time he's working against corner Lewis Sanders, and you can see he just runs away from Sanders, and before Earl Little, the free safety, can get over to make a play on the deep outside. A great route by pure speed, and an absolutely 10 out of 10 throw by Tom Brady. Well, that is truly a case where speed kills. He just outran cover 2 coverage.
45-yard play, first and goal from the 6. Antoine Smith activated today. No, it's a fake to him, and then there's no one open in the end zone for Brady. A look at the starting defense for Cleveland. Courtney Brown playing like a first-round pick, has 6 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. Second-year middle linebacker Andre Davis leads in tackles, and veteran safety Robert Griffith. Watch for him. He'll move up in the box, tough against the run.
And there is Dave Campo, the defensive coordinator. Remember him last year, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And Butch Davis said, I called Dave Campo the day he was fired in Dallas and offered him this job. They go way back to the University of Miami and years together under Jimmy Johnson in Dallas.
Intentional grounding, offense number 12. There was no receiver in the vicinity. That's also loss of down.
That's a tough penalty as Bernie Kukars, our referee, takes it out to the 16-yard line.
Well, watch Tom Brady and where he is. You'll notice he's staying inside the pocket. You can only make a throw like that if you move outside the pocket and throw it away. You don't get the protection of dumping it off like that so flagrantly if you're inside the quote-unquote pocket.
And it's a double hit on the penalty. You lose the down and you lose 10 yards. So it's second and goal from the 16. Quick throw underneath is to Branch, and he gets to about the 12-yard line, smothered by Kevin Bentley and company for Cleveland. New England, their red zone offense, they have scored just 8 times, 8 touchdowns in 19 chances on the season.
And there's Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator for New England, and Charlie can be wild. Charlie loves gimmicks. He loves gadgets. He learned how to gamble under years with Bill Parcells. And there is a guy not afraid to take a chance during a game, a freewheeling signal caller.
Third and goal outside the 12-yard line. That's Fourier, the tight end, in motion, and Brady fades, throws in the flat. Kevin Falk with a reception, but met immediately by Lewis Sanders, and he makes the stop at the 9-yard line.
Well, aided greatly by the throwing the football away intentional grounding penalty against Brady. This is a good stand by the Cleveland defense forcing Vinatieri into a field goal attempt. You gave up the huge play, but they kept them out of the end zone, so a mini victory.
Vinatieri lines it up for a 27-yard field goal to open the scoring. Ken Walter, the punter, holds. And the kick is good. Spurred by that 45-yard pass to Bethel Johnson, the Patriots get the first 3. Adam Vinatieri with a short field goal gives the Patriots a 3-0 lead. 5 plays, 42 yards, 45 yards on the pass to Bethel Johnson, the rookie wide receiver. Andre King on the far side, Andre Davis on the near side, and Vinatieri sends it on a spin to Andre Davis, the former academic All-America, Virginia Tech, to the 20, and tripped up at the 23-yard line. Good coverage again by Patrick Pass, Larry Izzo for the New England Patriots. And we have a timeout in Foxborough. Football only at NFL.com or at NFL on AOL. First down, the fake reverse, and the screen And that is in trouble as James Jackson is hit by Teddy Bruschi, and Bruschi staying at home. No one took the bite on the reverse.
Ted Bruschi, who has just played just outstanding football, like a lot of these Patriots, fighting through injuries. You can see right now, the look in his face, he's in a little bit of pain after making that hit. Teddy won the AFC Defensive Player of the Week back in the second week of the season with that big road win in Philadelphia. Before you can tell he's having a tough time shaking that one off.
2nd and 9. Jackson, no hole. Gain of half a yard. Ty Warren. This is a game that features two number 1 picks that play defensive tackle. Both wear number 94, and both have the last name Warren. Ty Warren for the New England Patriots, and for Cleveland, Gerard Warren. And both budding stars, although not quite up to what hopes were, and the hopes were high from both coaches. Couch facing 3rd and 8. Shotgun for the first time. Only a 3-man rush. Dumps it off. Complete to Steve Hayden, the tight end, but he is hit at the 29, well short of a first down by Ty Law.
Well, Ty Law, who's suffering with some sore ribs and a bad ankle. We saw Ty Law when he hurt his ankle back in late September in that game against the Jets. You and I both thought at the time, Dick, that he probably broke it.
It looked season-ending, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was a grotesque turning of his ankle, but he is trying like the devil to play through it. Couldn't go last week, but he's back today.
2 3-and-outs for Cleveland, and a short kick by Gardaki Brown waves it off, and it takes the lateral bounce and then back to the 35-yard line, downed by the Browns. A flag is down. A short kick by Gardaki of only 36 yards. Kukar waiting to conference with his fellow officials. And if it's against Cleveland, Bill Belichick wants them to punt it again.
There is no foul on the play. The ineligible man was not downfield. No foul.
Well, there you have it. 3-0 New England, opening quarter. Patriots first possession produces a field goal, and their defense holding Cleveland without a first down, and Brady goes to work from his own 35-yard line. And they give it inside for a couple of yards as Kevin Falk has the carry. Say, Dan, what is 82 plus 45?
Back-to-back passing plays. When we left them last week in Miami, this is the 82-yarder to Troy Brown that won it for the Patriots in overtime. And then the first play today, this 45-yarder to Bethel Johnson. I guess they felt that Tom Brady was still hot with the long ball. Why not come right back? Not bad. Back-to-back plays, 127 yards.
2nd down and 8. Falk again. Good running room. 45, and finally bumped out of bounds after the first down by Earl Little.
Well, the New England Patriots sat down Michael Cloud today. Antoine Smith is up, but Kevin Falk remains the primary back for the New England Patriots. You know, last year he carried about 1 time for every 5 times that Antoine Smith carried the ball. But this year, Falk has become the primary rusher for the Patriots, and he does bring them a sense of explosiveness. There's Antoine Smith on the sideline. He's got a bad shoulder, but he's back.
12 yards on that carry. Right back to Falk up the middle. Dances and darts for about 3 into Cleveland territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, there is the trio of running backs, and you can see that Kevin Falk in the middle. He is probably the best all-around combination of power and speed. Cloud gives you more explosiveness, maybe. Antoine Smith, he's the hammer. In short yardage situations, Antoine is the guy you want banging in there.
But it's Falk in behind Brady at the moment. 2nd down and 7. 4 wide set. Brady under pressure, steps up, Throws to the far sideline and throws it away. Did have Fourier and Graham, the two tight ends, in the basic area.
Well, Tom Brady it's a pretty good pocket that forms. You can see Kevin Falk picks up the blitz right there on Bentley, and then Tom's able to step up into the pocket. Yeah, he goes down late, but by and large, a pretty good job of pass protection by the Patriots front five. And Kevin Falk.
Courtney Brown did finally make a hit as the ball was thrown. Brown having an outstanding start of this 2003 season, number 92, first player picked 3 years ago. Brady, lots of time over the middle, almost intercepted by a little, but a flag. No flag.
Well, he went for Christian Fourier, his tight end, and Fourier fell down. He's trying to work Christian Fourier in the middle of the field. Tom sees him, releases the ball, but Fourier falls down. Yeah, you see him on the ground right there. You can see him down on all fours, and ooh, how close was that to being intercepted by Earl Little.
Dennis Northcutt drifts back as Ken Walder. Both our punters today left-footed. It's a high wobbler. Fair catch. Northcutt lets it go. Bounces toward the goal line. Do they save it? It appeared that Bethel Johnson knocked it back, but his body was on the goal line when he hit it. So it'll be a touchback, and when we return to Foxborough, Couch will get another chance for Butch Davis. They'll start from the 20-yard line. 7:28 remaining in this first quarter. 3-0 New England as the Browns take the field at the 20-yard line. Tim Couch with two wide receivers to the right. Looking for the initial first down of the game for Cleveland. Has to dump this one off, and it's deflected by Bobby Hamilton. Hamilton so solid in his 9th year out of Southern Mississippi. Does a lot of things. Not well known. Doesn't get the publicity, say, of Richard Seymour, but solid week to week.
And really good protection, but like a good veteran, Hamilton realizes he's not going to beat the double team. The only option left, get up in the air. Yep, I did my job. I didn't knock the quarterback down, but I knocked the football down. That's even better.
Yeah, 2000 season he led all NFL defensive linemen in tackles, yet has never gone to a Pro Bowl. On 2nd and 10, Couch fires and completes to the 25 to Kevin Johnson. Johnson's 36th catch of the season. He leads the Browns.
Dick, I was telling you about this Cleveland offensive line, and it's been a while since I've seen so little experience. Joaquin Gonzalez at the left tackle there, 73, his first start today. Enoch DeMar, the left guard, number 70, his first start today. Melvin Fowler, the center, it's only his 6th NFL start today. And Jukowskis, the right guard, it's only his 8th NFL start today. The only guy with any experience is Ryan Tucker, number 72 right there, the right tackle, his 53rd NFL start.
3rd and 5, and Couch can't get it off. Is it a fumble? They scramble at the 20-yard line. Mike Vrabel came in from the backside to hit the arm of Couch as he was trying to deliver the ball.
Richard Seymour had it. I don't know if he's going to keep it, but Richard Seymour had it.
He does. Couch behind that inexperienced line, just not enough time, and they're attacking him from all sides. Vrabel, the back door.
Well, initially, Tim Couch has a good look at the field. But as he finally makes his decision to throw the football, Klecko, I believe, was the guy that had him around the shoulder. Or it's Vrabel, number 50, excuse me. And as the ball come loose, Richard Seymour gets it. But as you know, it changes hands down there sometimes. But I guess when you're 6'6", 330 pounds, nobody's going to take it away from you.
And he continues to make big plays as Butch Davis is debating as to whether or not his arm was going forward.
Cleveland is challenging the ruling on the field of a fumble.
So the coach's challenge, and Davis through the years has been as successful as any in getting the overturn. His arm goes back. Boy, that's close to the tuck rule.
You know, that is the tuck rule. That is the tuck rule. Bernie Kukar is the referee. In this case, he's going to have to overturn himself, and he just might do it.
It's Wednesday.
The Patriots up 3-0. Watch as Tim Couch keeps possession of the football. He has it, and then it is a tuck. I think Bernie Kukar is going to have to overturn himself and give this football back to the Cleveland Browns. That is not a fumble. That is a tuck. He's maintaining possession of the ball until he puts it away and runs with it.
After reviewing the play, it is an incomplete forward pass. It was a tuck by rule. It is incomplete. It will be 4th down and 5 from the 25.
Well, if anyone
charge timeout for Cleveland.
If any fans are familiar with the tuck rule, these are the fans. 2 years ago in that snow game with the Raiders, it was a moment when Tom Brady tucked it, and the whole world realized how big a play that was all the way to the Super Bowl.
Decides not to throw it. He's in the act of tucking the ball away, and if it comes out during that process, it goes down as an incomplete pass, and that's exactly what Tim Couch was doing.
Gardocki hits this one much more cleanly and drives it to the 29. Brown, and he's met by a quartet of white jerseyed Browns at the 36-yard line. 46-yard punt, 8 on the return. A little black eye, a right eye of Couch. That was in the warm-up a week ago against San Diego. .com. Now after the exchange of punts from the 36, it's Brady handing off to Falk. And Falk out near a first down as he crosses the 45-yard line. Well, from New England to New York, and Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, Dick. Down in Jacksonville, the Titans got that offense going again. It's Eddie George from a yard out. He has 42 yards rushing in this opening quarter. 10-0 Titans at the start. Let's go back to Dick and Dan.
All right, thank you, Jim. As here in the AFC South, well, Indianapolis and Tennessee battling for the top position. Falk straight ahead. Appears to have the first down. Dalen McCutcheon from the corner helping out on the tackle. Let's go back to that challenge by Butch Davis. He's pretty keen with his eye. He must have been a pretty good official himself. He is best in the NFL in coaches' challenges. By winning that last one, he's 12 for 21. So the officials got to keep an eye on this man on the sidelines. He's watching pretty closely.
Well, I'm sure he wishes they were all as clear-cut as the last one.
Empty backfield for Brady on first down. 5 in the pattern. Open is Falk, and he's pushed out of bounds at the Cleveland 47-yard line by Anthony Henry.
Well, working against this Cleveland defense, you know the Patriots are going to try to run the football against Cleveland only in the sense that Cleveland has been gashed a couple times this year.
That's kind.
Yeah. Last week, LaDainian Tomlinson of the Chargers ran it for 200 even. Remember earlier in the year in week 2 when Jamal Lewis went 295 yards against this Cleveland unit.
Mark Word was offside, and no yardage for Falk, and that 295 represents the best ever rushing game by a back in NFL history.
Did you sense some confusion in the Cleveland defense right there?
That's
what were they doing?
Coaches see that, and that goes into that category mental error, and those will really draw the ire of a coach more than physical mistakes.
Offside, 90 defense. That's a 5-yard penalty resulting in first down.
The formation of the Patriots, needless to say, has somehow confused Cleveland as they are. Gerard Warren is he's trying to move to the outside of Mark Word. I really prefer my defensive linemen moving upfield at the snap of the ball rather than jumping all around laterally.
What a start. 85 yards to 1 on first down. Brady, lots of time, but no one open, throws it away. Got Fred McCrary, the fullback, over there. He also had Mark Word putting the pressure on from his defensive end position.
Well, that was really superior work by the Browns secondary. They had no pass rush whatsoever that time, and yet Brady couldn't find anybody to throw the ball to. That give the guys in the backfield some credit there. They locked up and shut down the Patriots receivers.
Looked as if it was Kevin Falk who went on a deep pattern that he wanted to find, but he had a couple of Browns helmets right on his. Daniel Graham a tight end in the backfield. And it's a screen to Graham. And brought down across the 40 at the 39-yard line by Kevin Bentley. Let's go down to Bonnie Bernstein.
Well, Dick, Bill Belichick, of course, has coached for both of these teams. Head guy for the Cleveland Browns from 91 to 95. His favorite moment during that tenure, the 1994 playoff win, 2013, ironically, over the New England Patriots. The greatest lesson he learned, he said, I tend to be a very detailed person. Back then, I would do everything myself. Now, I've learned how to delegate responsibility a whole heck of a lot better.
Of course, that made that victory all the sweeter, as you saw Leroy Ford scoring for Bill Belichick, that he defeated his coaching colleague, Bill Parcells. Brady down as he throws up for grabs, incomplete. Falk was there, but a lot of Browns were as well, and Brady slow getting up as Mark Word and Gerard Warren put him in a sack sandwich. Check the flag at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Tom Brady on the play before on the screen got dropped and took a hard hit, but he's really crushed this time.
Personal foul. Chop block against Cleveland, and Butch Davis is going to wave it off.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense. The right guard and the right tackle. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, this they're calling it over here on Andrewsy and Ashworth. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, you can see that Ashworth, he doesn't really chop him, but he goes for the legs as contact was made by Andrewsy, and you're not allowed to do that. The Patriots very fortunate at that time that their quarterback survived and that it wasn't an interception.
4th down and 5, and Walter will try to parachute one inside the 10. He does. And it'll be down at about the 7-yard line. Now the Browns unable to move the ball here in the opening quarter, start deep in their own end. Al, here's a question for you. Who's done the best coaching job so far this season in the NFL? Do you like Belichick here in New England, Dungy, Fox, Parcells in Dallas, Tice up in Minnesota, Vermeil, the last two with unbeaten starts? But that's a pretty good question. I'll be interested to see how the fans vote. Cast yours at NFL.com.
Tim Couch, given the problems his line's going to have up front, has got to work shorter patterns and get rid of the football quicker. He's not going to have the luxury of standing in this pocket for long periods of time. He's got to make quick decisions.
Jackson gets the call, and he's out across the 10 to the 12-yard line, the former Miami Hurricane, and Rodney Harrison comes up from safety to make the tackle. You know, first 3 possessions, 3 and out in a hurry, and as you can see, 11 yards plus and 10 minus plus 1 for the quarter.
Well, Tim Couch got the hook last week. Kelly Holcomb was the guy who came in after missing 3 games with a broken leg. Kelly had to come in and play the 4th quarter. Played well, as you can see, but still his leg doesn't. They'd still prefer to keep him out with a bye coming up. Give him a couple weeks rest if they can.
That fractured right leg and ligament damage against San Francisco. Jackson tries to get outside, does turn the corner, and will be close to a first down at the 17-yard line. Ty Law and Bobby Hamilton bump him out of bounds. Well, the controversy in Cleveland, is it Couch, is it Holcomb? Whom do you like?
Well, here's what they've both done, and you can see not a whole lot of difference between these two guys. I will say this, this is the 5th start for Tim Couch. He's 2-2, and Kelly Holcomb in his 3 starts was 1-2. So Holcomb was the starter. It was his job. He did not play spectacular football, and then he got hurt, but in what was a courageous win against the 49ers, playing the rest of the game on a broken leg. The waters are a bit muddied, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm. Holcomb said yesterday that he feels better than a week ago, but without saying a lot of words, his body language said, you know, I really need another week. Give it to Jackson on first down, and he slashes out across the 20-yard line. Jackson, who in our visit said that his philosophy of running the ball is to go as hard as you can, get the ball and just fire.
But again, we're looking at the Browns having to overcome an injury. William Green, their starter at running back, isn't playing today because of a bad shoulder. Jackson hasn't started a game since back in December of '01, nearly 2 years ago. a lot of rust and a lot of youth in this Browns offensive huddle.
Yeah, just 10 carries this year for 44 yards in the first 7 games. Couch has time this time, and he finds the open target, Andre Davis. Davis bumped out of bounds at the 39-yard line, a first down, and Couch comes up wincing, holding that right hand.
Well, Tim Couch does get a good look at the field, although he's going to take a hit late. Oh, and he gets kind of hit right in the helmet. Jarvis Green coming in here from the left. Well, actually leads with his forearm. He does lead with his forearm and hit Couch in the shoulder. That's why there was no penalty. But you could see Tim kind of squeezing his right hand.
So the first down at the 39-yard line, and Jackson runs for about 3. Hamilton and company with a tackle. Tim Couch took a lot of hits from the Chargers a week ago, Dan.
Well, he sure did. And we know about the offensive line problems. Nobody knows more so than Tim Couch. He just doesn't going to have, he's not going to have the luxury. That time he got hit low and thought that he injured a knee, but somehow he hung in there. And as you said, the only visible sign from last week is his bum eye, although he did get his ankle x-rayed after the game, but it was negative.
Ran into his own teammate in the warm-up before the Charger game. Down to the final seconds of this opening quarter. And on second down, Jackson again across the 45 to the 48-yard line will be a long yard short of a first down, and it would appear that the New England defense keeps a streak alive. Since that first quarter and that awful start in Buffalo, they've not allowed an opponent a touchdown in the first quarter, and so it is again today. 3-0 Patriots will return to Gillette Stadium. After these messages, you're watching the NFL on CBS. Go to the second quarter. 3-0 New England. As you can see, Ty Law for the moment is on the sidelines. He took himself out for a moment.
That's Asante Samuel, normally his backup at corner, the rookie from Central Florida who started in Law's absence. They're both on the sideline.
They got Chris Akins, a safety, in now on 3rd down and 2 for Couch and the Browns near midfield. Incomplete. Ball thrown behind Andre Davis. Well, that's 0 for 4 on 3rd downs for Cleveland, and last week against San Diego they were just 2 for 14. A bad pattern.
I'd like to come up with some better way to describe that play other than awful. It was a bad throw and a pattern run at the line of scrimmage. At 3rd and 2 you ran a 0-yard pattern. That was a thing of beauty.
Troy Brown back as Gardocki will punt. 10 men on the line of scrimmage for the Patriots. Gardocki quick and a high booming punt that Brown fair catches right on the 10-yard line. 38 yards, no return, and with 14:49 left in the opening half, the Patriots still by a field goal. And welcome back to Foxborough with our producer Lance Barrow, director Mike Reynolds, Dick Enberg, Dan Dierdorf, Bonnie Bernstein. Pleased you're with us. 20 points scored in the second quarter is the fewest in the league. The Patriots a quiet quarter, leading 3-0. Brady inside to Falk, and he gets a couple 3 yards. And we remind you that Monday on an all-new late show, Dave's got Kiefer Sutherland, Emmylou Harris, and the latest Survivor castaway. And later this week, don't miss Keanu Reeves, Doris Roberts, and you're going to get to see some kids in Halloween costumes, as only Dave and the Late Show can present them, all this week on CBS. 2nd down and 8 for the Patriots, who are trying to go unbeaten in October for the first time in several decades. Brady into the flat, and a one-handed catch by Graham, the tight end, gets up and picks up a couple more before Kevin Bentley can square up on him.
That's what you like to see. An outstanding catch, but the presence of mind to hop up and try to do something with it. Graham's only in his 2nd year. Of course, now that's what a #1 draft choice is supposed to do. But that's right. You're not at Colorado anymore, Daniel. Get back up and fight for a couple more.
Won the Mackey Award at Colorado as the top tight end in college football.
That was that'll make the highlight film.
Cleveland and New England trouble on third down conversions. Here's another for Brady. Over the middle, gets it this time to Falk, and a first down at the 23. Ben Taylor, the linebacker from Virginia Tech, makes the stop. All new linebackers for Cleveland this year, all second-year players.
Anytime you start a drive inside your own 10-yard line, it is huge to get a first down. And this third down conversion by the Patriots on a simple pass pattern to Kevin Falk, it's just one of those things that in the box score, it's just another first down. But in terms of field position and the psyche of your offense, it's huge.
That's wide receivers left, and then Falk runs that way and breaks out of a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and a first down at the 35, and that had to bring hearts into throats of Cleveland fans. That's the kind of run ripped off by LaDainian Tomlinson last week, and Tomlinson 70 yards on a carry similar to that by missed tackles from Cleveland.
This is where the whole offensive line and offensive unit just almost like pulls and moves left, and it's up to the running back to find a seam, to float along, see the opening, and then dart through it. But that is where like the entire offensive group took a pivot step left and took off.
Now they run the other way. This is Antoine Smith, his first carry of the game, and he's out across the 42-yard line, a pickup of nearly 6 before middlebacker Andre Davis could make the stop. Just want to go back to that note on October. This Halloween month has not been a very good one for the Patriots through the years. The last time October was unbeaten was when Chuck Fairbanks was coach in 1978. Grogan, Russ Francis, Sam Cunningham, Claiborne, that group. That's a long time ago, 1978. But since they moved to Gillette, their record very tough. Smith again. Hit just shy of the 45. And fans reacting as if the way that initial contact was made, there was a face mask. Kennard Lang with a clothesline tackle.
Yeah, Kennard and Fourier is hurt as he heads off the field. Yeah, but Lang gets him around right there. You can see he had him by the shoulder pad. There was the spin around, and you might think it was a face mask, but it looked like he had him by his shoulder pad. But there's the starting tight end from New England hopping off on one leg.
Totally favoring that right leg. Third down, a short 2. The toss outside, the Falk, down shy of the first down. Good defense from Dalen McCutcheon from his corner spot, the son of Lawrence McCutcheon, the fine running back for so many years with the Rams, and now with the Rams front office as their director of player personnel.
And a play that the Rams run a lot to Marshall Falk. It is an all or nothing short yardage play. You fake it up the middle and you toss it. If the defense doesn't bite on the fake, that play is dead on arrival.
Dennis Northcutt, an outstanding punt returner, back for this punt from Walter. Doesn't fair catch, and Kevin Johnson right there to put him down. Chris Akins is there avoiding the block of Johnson to make the tackle. And welcome back to Foxborough and Gillette Stadium. New England leading Cleveland 3-0, and Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, right behind him, golfer Brad Faxon. You should see the shirt of Faxon, a big sports fan. First down to Jackson. He found some daylight. Able to move out to the 20-yard line. And golfers almost to the man. They love all the other games. There's Brad, one of the great putters of the game and a native of New England. I imagine he, like so many of us, stayed up last night. And how about the Florida Marlins? Congratulations, you folks down in South Florida. What a story.
Josh who?
Beckett, did you know that name a month ago?
No, I did not.
We do now. There's a reverse to Quincy Morgan. And Morgan gets around one Patriot and got a block just in time and is near a first down. Harrison got him.
The Browns ran a reverse last week, and Kevin Johnson took the ball and attempted a pass downfield, which didn't work out. They had a touchdown, and he underthrew the ball. This time it's just a straight run to Morgan. Nothing spectacular, but you can see he went out of bounds. A good spot by the officials. He goes out of bounds a good yard short of the first down.
The Browns have only 2 first downs, and they've punted 4 times. It's a long one. Shotgun for Tim Couch, the native of Little Hyden, Kentucky, where he was a terrific basketball player. Fires and completes to Kevin Johnson. Johnson is money receiver of these 4 very talented wide receivers for Cleveland. I think without argument, if you go around the league, Cleveland, they'd say, have the 4 best wide receivers on one team.
So then play to your strength, which is exactly what the Browns do right here. Especially with your #1 running back being out of the game. Go to your strength, which is these 4 wide receivers in the arm of Tim Couch. If the Cleveland Browns are going to win this game today, they've got to open it up offensively and try to make a big play with those 4 guys.
Couch on first down will throw. Short to Steve Hyten, the tight end, and he struggles for a couple of yards. Willie McGinnis, who's been out with an injury, back to make that tackle, number 55.
Well, Kevin Johnson is the leading receiver for the Browns in terms of catches and yards. But as you can see, everybody gets to play. Everybody participates. Johnson, Northcutt, Morgan, and Davis. It is it is the envy of every receiver coach in the NFL. Yeah, there are better tandems than the starting tandem, but from 1 through 4, nobody argues that they've got more depth in Cleveland than anywhere else.
Jackson for the injured William Green with another carry. It's interesting, all 4, Morgan, Northcutt, Johnson, and Davis, second-round picks, so they all were picked high in the draft. They're all quick, great hands, and Davis, who has the least number of catches, has the most touchdowns. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you defend?
I would think right now the best duo, the starting duo in the league, would be in St. Louis. Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce. In sheer production, it's tough to beat those 2.
One of 2 teams with 7 players that have 10 or more receptions. Indianapolis and Harrison and Sam Liederkranz would be a good tandem. What a player he is. Couch into the flat to Hyden, but it's short of the first down. In fact, might have lost a yard. Ty Law right there to say,
Again, a play that you look at the yardage involved, you run a pattern that doesn't even have a chance of getting you beyond the first down sticks unless the guy makes a spectacular play and breaks a tackle. We see that so much today. I'm not sure there's anything more frustrating to the fans, Dick, than these little mini patterns on 3rd down that don't get first down.
It just begs for why. Gardocki to Troy Brown inside the 20. He's slippery. Makes it to the 29-yard line with 6:11 left in this first half. Timeout. The Patriots with a 3-0 lead. And Tim Couch, they had bandaged his right thumb, and now that tape is off, and he's heading for the locker room. We may see Kelly Holcomb the next possession as Brady takes over at his own 29. Leading 3-0 late here in the second quarter. Safety blitz. They pick it up, and Brady fires downfield complete. Daniel Graham, the tight end, to the 44 of Cleveland.
Well, we saw Graham with that spectacular one-handed catch on their last possession. But this time, Tom Brady, well, folks, this is how you pass protect. You push them all into one big pile, and then you don't let them get out. And working against the Cleveland zone, Graham finds a soft spot, and Brady, of course, could have sat back in the rocking chair for another 3 or 4 seconds if he'd have chosen to.
27 yards for Graham on that catch. At the 44 of the Browns. Troy Brown reverses. And no one's over here for Brady, so he throws it away. He will throw it to New York and Jim Nance.
All right, speaking of throws, let's check the arm again of Steve McNair. He's looking for the rookie out of Middle Tennessee State. That's Tyrone Calico. On the run, McNair finds him for the touchdown, and it's 17-3 Tennessee. Let's go back to Dick and Dan.
All right, Jim, and Calico's fellow alum, Kelly Holcomb, starting to
There is no offensive pass interference. The pass was long pass. No fall.
Brady throwing it away.
Well, the second time today that Bernie Kukar has ordered that a hanky be picked up and put back in its rightful place in the pocket.
Meticulous.
And there is Kelly Holcomb, who's got his helmet on now, and
not sure that's what Bush Davis wanted. He wanted to give Holcomb another week.
Well, you can see that he had his thumb taped up to the couch.
Well, go to a good thing. Graham, the tight end, and look at him battle. Oh, the fans love that. Graham, first down.
Keep in mind, Daniel Graham is in this position because Christian Fourier was injured on the last series. Again, Tom Brady gets a decent look at things, but look at this effort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Browns have a good, legitimate shot at Daniel Graham, and he drags them all forward.
We mentioned he was the John Mackey Award winner. That was remindful of Mackey when he pulled his way for extra yards. Flag down, and
Mackey-esque, you would say?
Mackey-esque would be a deserving call. He's got 4 catches for 52 yards, and it's holding against Cleveland.
I'll bet you John Mackey wished that he weighed 257. Daniel Graham, a bigger man than John Mackey. Of course, everybody today across the board is bigger than they were.
Holding, number 94 defense. We'll have 5 yards to the end of the run, automatic first down.
You know, you think about your day, and it wasn't that long ago. A tight end, basically, I can remember on my spotting boards, you can automatically put in 235, maybe 240, but 235 was about the weight that they would say they carry.
I played next to a Hall of Famer in Jackie Smith, and you're right, 6'4", 235. That about maybe 236 on a big one.
And another 20-25 in today's game. And the Browns had that one well covered, spearheaded by Andre Davis, second-year backer from Florida.
And good news for the Patriots. Christian Fourier is back out on the field as the Patriots are going to a 2 tight end formation with Graham and Fourier. So he hobbled off, not putting any weight at all on his right leg, and now he's back out on the field. Such is life in the National Football League.
And it's stunning.
Only the tough survive.
3:45 left in this first half. That's Troy Brown in motion. On second down, Brady over the middle, incomplete. And you don't see Brown drop many. Well, looking ahead to tomorrow night, always a great night of television on CBS. There's the lineup with yesteryear still standing. Emmy Award winning Everybody Loves Raymond, 2.5 men. CSI Miami and the Late Show with David Letterman. That's a power pack lineup Monday night here on CBS.
Dick, Troy Brown might not have held on to the football, but it wasn't a really good throw by Brady. It was on the back side of Troy Brown.
It's tough to catch a ball turning back when you're running right into the teeth of that defense. Brady caught and down as Kennard Lang registers the sack for Cleveland, his 3rd of the season. And that'll make Vinatieri's field goal a much more challenging event.
Boy, and Kennard Lang, he's all the way the closest one to you, but watch him go all the way back underneath. He worked so far down that Andruzzi wasn't even able to come back and block him. As an offensive lineman, you're almost helpless in that situation. Outstanding move by Lang.
43 yards for Vinatieri, who kicked one from 27 in the opening quarter for the only score of the game. That whistle sounds. That's no kick. It would have been good, but a flag down. Browns defense has been superb in the red zone this year.
67 offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Make it even tougher for Vinatieri. Just 4 touchdowns and 18 chances for the opponents in the red zone against the Browns.
On the very right side, you see right there Dan Copen, the center, who has to play tight end on the field goal formation. He did it. You saw him kind of act like a basketball player and raise his hand and say, yep, that was me.
Vinatieri's longest this year is 48. That was against Tennessee. Starts left and stays left. No good. For a moment midway, it appeared it was going to draw in, but not to be. And it remains 3-0 New England. Maybe that 5-yard penalty. Well, it did cost the Patriots 3 points. then you can make yourself a real jack-o'-lantern.
Pumpkin yuck. Folks, when this number is bigger than this number, you're really fortunate to only be down by 3 points.
And good field position after the Vinatieri miss from the 38-yard line, and Jamel White is in there for the first time. Play action to him, then throw underneath to White. Good receiver out of the backfield, and he does something with it. A gain of 9 on first down before Ty Law can slide over from a corner to make the tackle. As Kelly Holcomb now running the show in his 7th year out of Middle Tennessee.
Well, we saw that the 5-yard penalty on Dan Copen, the rookie center. And boy, he knows that then he's got to walk to the sideline after the miss, and yeah, it's going to get hung right on his shoulders.
Second down and 2, and White caught in the backfield, gets away and fights to the 49, and that'll be a first down. They had him for a 2-yard loss. Rodney Harrison finally makes the tackle. Jamel, who built and he studies Priest Holmes. He's got that kind of size, not tall, only 5'9", 222 pounds, out of South Dakota. He played for the Division II Coyotes. Tim Couch coming back from the Cleveland locker room.
Yeah, well, he's walking without much in the way of urgency. He has taken a leisurely stroll on his way over to the Cleveland bench.
Umpire blows the whistle, and that's false start.
Number 67 offense. The 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Melvin Fowler as Couch returns, and we're just 2 seconds from the 2-minute warning. And they'll wind it now, and we have the timeout. 2 minutes left in this first half. In New England, where the Patriots still lead by 3. And welcome back. 3-0 New England. 2 to go in the half. Trick or treat time. Halloween Friday night, and you can always recognize Dan Dierdorf at home. I love that Conrad Dobler costume you wear. You just, right away I know it's you.
Well, it cuts down on the candy because the kids run away screaming as soon as you answer the door. What's really amazing in this football game to this point is that the Cleveland Browns have the football. If they move it about 25 yards, they're going to be in position to go into halftime tied up, as little as they have done at halftime.
And for that, a treat for the Cleveland fans. Holcomb gets away somehow and fires it out to Hayden, who takes it out of bounds at the 47-yard line of the Patriots. Tyrone Poole there on the tackle, and Holcomb can't ill afford to be hit here.
Well, Butch Davis doesn't want Kelly Holcomb out on the field. This is not the way he envisioned this game going. He wanted, especially getting dragged down to the ground like that with his leg getting caught awkwardly underneath him. Kelly Holcomb wanted to sit this one out, go through the bye, and then come back completely healthy.
Picks up 10 on that pass to Hayden and stops the clock out of bounds. 1:50 left in this first half. Good protection, good throw, fingertip catch over the middle. Andre Davis at the 40-yard line and the first down. Little hurry up for Holcomb. This play late in the season and the playoffs last year, winning considerable favor from Browns fans. Underneath and complete to Kevin Johnson, and Johnson to the 36-yard line. Roman Pfeiffer, the tackler. They hurry up again. 1:17, 1:16 left in the half.
And Tim Couch had some x-rays on his hand. They came back negative. So that's good news for the Browns. Whether he returns or not, we'll see.
Over the middle, knocked away by Ty Law. And it was Kevin Johnson again, the target, but Law got his hand in there, incomplete.
Now Ty Law, look at him looking into the backfield, and he sees it coming all the way. And oh yeah, some Cleveland fans are going to say he made contact with Kevin Johnson a little early, but good smart play by a Pro Bowl corner.
Stay tuned. Halftime, the Nextel halftime report. Jim and company have all the early scores and highlights for you on the Nextel halftime report. 3rd down and 5. 65 seconds left in the half. This would be a very long field goal. Flag is down. Holcomb complete. It's Dennis Northcutt, and Northcutt has a first down inside the Patriot 25, and it appeared, unless drawn offside, the penalty will go against New England.
Offside, 50 of the defense. That penalty is declined. First down.
Mike Vrabel, trying to get an early jump, was into the neutral zone.
And here are the Browns now with almost a minute left in the first half. Not only in field goal range, but right now with a full complement of timeouts left, Butch Davis has got to be thinking touchdown. We've gone beyond our expectations. Let's go for 6.
Kelly Holcomb in his first series moving his team very efficiently.
He's got those 4 talented wide receivers all on the field.
Good protection. Over the middle, complete to Davis. And it's a first down or close to it at the 12-yard line. Vrabel, the tackler.
Yeah, take your timeout now.
48 seconds left. 2 timeouts remain for Cleveland, driving deep in Patriot territory.
CBS
Score here in New England. The Patriots on their first possession, a short Vinatieri field goal. Lots of action elsewhere, and you'll see the top plays and scores. Next halftime report coming up right after the final gun that ends this first half. Kelly Holcomb, 6 for 7, 53 yards on the drive, and a first down now at the Patriot 12. Underneath, it's Jamel White, and White run out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Ty Law and plenty of others.
But look what Kelly Holcomb is doing. Yeah, that play in particular didn't do a whole lot, but Kelly Holcomb is getting rid of the football. And if there's one big difference between he and Tim Couch, it is the fact that Kelly Holcomb is going to get back in the pocket, identify someone in a hurry, and get rid of the football. And given the fact that William Green isn't playing, this is an inexperienced offensive line. Hey, that's an awfully good strategy.
Those talented 4 wide receivers in the game, along with Jamel White from the 11-yard line. 2nd and 9, and they bring the blitz. And they knock it away. Vrabel from his linebacker slot, able to fly swat it.
Well, not much you can do about it. The Browns don't have a blocker for Vrabel. He's going to come in from the left side of your screen there, completely unblocked. Just one more than the Browns had to block. And he elevated and got the ball.
Vrabel from Ohio State, where he was an All-America defensive lineman. Played with Pittsburgh 4 years, didn't quite know what to do with him. Well, he found his spot here, linebacker.
But you notice he's at his best rushing the quarterback.
3rd down. From the 11, and timeout New England, their first timeout with 38 seconds left in this first half. Have it at the Patriot 11-yard line, 3rd down and 9. Tim Couch watches as Kelly Holcomb on his first possession has driven Cleveland deep into Patriot territory. Fans on their feet, spurring the defense. Holcomb on that bad ankle. Looking, throwing deep in the end zone, incomplete. He had 2 men there, both Kevin Johnson and Andre Davis. And they almost looked at each other to say, who does he want to catch it?
And a very smart play by Kelly Holcomb. We're looking at Quincy Morgan there working the corner. I know you wanted Quincy, but your quarterback is running for his life back there. And then he does a smart thing. He literally just throws the football away to give his field goal kicker a chance to tie it.
And Phil Dawson in for a 29-yard attempt to tie. Gardocki will hold. Good snap. And the game is even at 3 as Kelly Holcomb delivers a long drive that results in that short field goal.
The Patriots must think they're looking in the mirror, because the Browns are playing them just the way the Patriots play everybody else. Hanging around, nothing spectacular, not very pretty, but gritty, tough, fight your way around for scratch and claw for points. This is no surprise. The Patriots ought to recognize this. It's what they do to everybody else.
Well, these 2 defenses, certainly the story of the opening half. Tough to buy yards. But Kelly Holcomb doing something that Tim Couch could not, and his attempts at that Patriot defense, and that's moved his club deep enough to get a field goal. Tonight, TV's most watched new drama fans. A 30-year-old murder of a police officer is caught on tape. Well, recorded clues lead to his killer. Don't miss an all-new Cold Case tonight on CBS. It's right after 60 minutes. So with 24 seconds left, mind you, the Patriots do have 2 timeouts. Dawson to kick it off to Patrick Pass and Bethel Johnson inside the 5. There's Johnson, the fastest of all the Patriots. Had a 71-yard return against Tennessee. And this one is short to Pass. 30, 35, 40, and all the way across the 45-yard line. Tackled by Barry Gardner. 19 seconds left in the half.
Well, now we have New England, who's got a couple timeouts left. Now they're going to have Tom Brady, I assume, try to get the ball into Adam Vinatieri territory. Adam Vinatieri territory.
That's a nice contraction.
Thank you. Adam Vinatieri territory.
Which, of course, is South Dakota.
Thank you very much. Well, they're going to try to get him closer than that.
Well, he has a 57-yarder as his long ever, and that was the last year against Chicago. Brady steps up, dumps underneath the fall, trying to get to the sidelines, cannot. Tackled at the 49 by Ben Taylor. Timeout New England with 12 seconds left. Their second timeout spent.
Let's go ahead and we'll put up on screen for you there some idea of where we're going here. There's his career long. That's the line he has to get to there if you're going to bang a 57-yarder. I would assume the Pats would like to get somewhere beyond that, down around that territory around the 30. It's going to take more than a 3-yard completion, though, like they just had before.
Now, Vinatieri was as good as anyone in the league last year. Missed only 3 of 30 field goal attempts. He's missed 5 this year. That for him is a deep slump.
This guy was as close to automatic as a guy could be. But then again, we saw Lindamari last week in Miami. Another guy as close to automatic as it gets struggling.
With 12 seconds left in the half. 5 wide, empty backfield. Brady under some pressure. Throws a wobbler. Intercepted? No. Little had his eyes on it all the way as that one was flopping. Fans boo, but in Brady's defense, his arm was hit as he delivered.
I thought Kevin Falk got held. Kevin Falk looked like he was going to try to come back and make a play on that short pass. Let's watch this downfield. Okay, you see Brady get hit. Kevin Falk is the guy that's closest to that wobbler, and as he was trying to come back to the football, I thought Robert Griffith right here. No, he didn't. I'll take it back. From this angle, it looked at first like he grabbed him, but no, he didn't. He didn't even put his hands on him. That was a good play by Griffith.
Yeah, that wouldn't even have been close in dancing.
No.
Last play of the half. Brady just throws it away. Didn't want to take a chance, and that's the way this first half comes to a close.
Well, the Browns have to be thrilled. They have to be absolutely thrilled on the road to be going in at halftime 3-3 with virtually no offense.
Yeah, they play even for 30 minutes as Kelly Holcomb sparks his offense to get that tying field goal before the end of this first half. Let's go down to Bonnie Bernstein.
Butch Davis, with Kelly Holcomb igniting your offense for the second straight week, where does Tim Couch fit in the second half picture?
It has to do with help. We sent him in to get an x-ray on a follow-through on the throw. He hit his thumb on one of the defensive guys' shoulder pads, so we got to see what's happening at halftime.
Pretty decent chance we'll see Kelly in the second half. Pretty decent chance we'll see Kelly in the second half.
I mean, he's doing a good job, and that's what we expect him to do.
Coach, thank you.
Paul Hilton Davis, his team tied at 3 at the intermission. We'll be back with the Nextel halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Halftime and a score that matches the dull gray skies overhead here in Foxborough. The Browns with a 27-yard first quarter field goal and a 29-yard answer by Cleveland. Tim Couch, and will it be Kelly Holcomb in the third quarter for the Browns? Oscar. In that first half, New England has been productive in the third quarter, scoring 55 points, their best quarter of the season.
And I'm assuming that Bill Belichick at halftime told his club that, you know, this is dangerous, allowing a road opponent to hang around like this in a 3-3 game. When you look at the numbers here for the first half, the Browns with only 39 yards rushing. Patriots really not doing a whole lot either, and nobody doing very well on third down possessions, about the same. But this is a banged up Cleveland offensive unit, to say the very least, to be in a tie ball game.
Now Phil Dawson has it teed up.
The Patriots, they love the third quarter. Let's see if that continues here.
Patrick pass, and Bethel Johnson are deep. And a gust of wind, and it has become a bit fresher as the wind blows from the southwest. As you look at the Patriots getting the field goal on their first possession thanks to a 45-yard pass play, Brady to Bethel Johnson, and then the missed field goal after Vinatieri had made from 43, missed after the penalty from 48. And the air freshens here in Foxborough. So kicking into that wind will be Dawson. There's Johnson. They want him to get the ball with his brilliant speed.
I think Dawson will be lucky to get this ball to the 10-yard line.
See the wind knock it down all the way to the 20, and then the bobble by Johnson. Kick was bad enough to be good.
Now the wind held that ball up so much it's tough to field.
Take a look at the Patriots productive personnel here in the first half. Brady 10 for 19, no touchdowns but no picks. Falk okay 44 yards, a 4.4 average, and Daniel Graham actually making the big plays, the tight end, 4 catches for 52 yards.
To this point, the wide receivers for the Patriots haven't been involved in the passing game very much. Deion Branch and Troy Brown, I would expect them to be larger factors here in half number 2.
New England starts from its 22-yard line. It's a nice little run for Brady. 96 pass attempts without a pick here at home. He comes out throwing and throws back on the screen to Falk, and he's got blockers. 30, 40, and he's all the way to the 47-yard line. A good play designed at halftime by Belichick and company.
Yeah, Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator. Everybody runs screens, but look at the wrinkle here with the ball handling. Brady on almost a full bootleg rather than back into the pocket. He's got Woody Copen, 67. He goes down and gets a solid block. He's got wide receivers. He's got Andruzzi, and Charlie says, yeah, man, that is exactly the way I drew it up.
26 yards.
That's what I'm talking about.
To Falk on the screen. And Falk now with the rush to the 50 and into Cleveland territory with a gain of 3. And we go down to B square.
Well, Dick, Bill Belichick happy with the Patriots defense. Offensively, he said the message to his team was, you've got to finish. We've been down in scoring territory too many times, either had to settle for the field goal or nothing at all. When the Browns come back on the field offensively, Kelly Holcomb will continue to be at the helm. I asked Butch Davis if Tim Couch is available. He said, I don't know.
Hey, Dick, do you think they make that hat in my size?
I don't think you'll look as cute.
It's kind of snappy. I kind of like it.
You're not on you.
I could wear it duck hunting.
You're nasty. Graham, another first down as that big tight end is to the 38-yard line.
Boy, a good look at it from field level. Tom Brady looking to the right. Not a very attractive ball, that little wobbler, but it's Daniel Graham. He says, I'll take it. This is exciting to be this big a part of the offense so far. He only had 9 catches coming into today's game. Remember, Fourier's nicked up, and Daniel Graham says, hey, I'll take it.
This may be his coming out party.
Yeah.
5 catches now in the game. First down at the 38. Blitz. And Johnson is tackled for a loss. loss at the 50 by Orpheus Roy. I just like to say that name. Orpheus Roy with a tackle.
Well, Orpheus, a solid player when he was with the Steelers. Came over here to Cleveland a couple years ago, and you see, he just went upfield. He never got caught up in going in pursuit. He honored his responsibilities working upfield. And we are seeing more and more reverses in the NFL now than I think we've ever seen before, which I guess is why we see so many of them that don't work. I guess it's just because they're being run more often.
12-yard loss on that one. Brady off play action, throws down the middle too low. Incomplete as he was trying to find Daniel Graham again. Andre Davis, good tight coverage.
He was trying to sneak Graham into a very narrow little opening right there, and I think at the last minute that Tom thought to himself, you know what, I better throw this one at his ankles. If I throw it up around his hands, it might get intercepted.
You know, as you mentioned, the wide receivers, you look for more action from them. Branch has only one catch. Johnson has one, and the star Troy Brown has no catches in the game.
Most unusual.
That's Brady's favorite target. 3rd and long. Underneath to Johnson. Runs away from 3 men, but they catch up at the 43-yard line. Earl Little hustling to be in on the action.
Bethel Johnson is a rookie from Texas A&M. You can reverse your field sometimes in college football and make a big play in the middle of the field against an NFL defense. It doesn't work very often. You're better off taking your positive yards and making the most of it.
Here comes Ken Walter with a punt. Dennis Northcutt at the other end.
Now that has some air under it.
And it takes a bounce for the Browns to the 14-yard line where it'll be downed. And that's where Cleveland, and where we presume Kelly Holcomb will put it in play when we come back. And welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Cleveland, first possession for the Browns here in the second half. Had trouble moving the ball with Couch at quarterback. Their last possession, Kelly Holcomb engineered a long drive that led to the field goal. And it's Holcomb at quarterback, handing off to James Jackson, who slashes his way out for 6.
Well, the leaders for the Browns here at halftime. No surprise that Kelly Holcomb brought a spark to the passing game. James Jackson. Remember William Green not being able to start today. And it hasn't been an explosive day, to say the least, for the Cleveland Browns and their very talented quartet of wide receivers.
2nd down 4. Empty backfield now as White goes in motion. Underneath, complete to Kevin Johnson, and the man who went to Syracuse as a quarterback but ran into some tough competition when he looked over and saw Donovan McNabb. So he said, you know what, I could play wide receiver. Can he ever? He's led the Browns all 4 years he's been with them out of Syracuse in catches, and leads again this year.
You see the Couch had a very good completion percentage, but not many yards, only 40 yards on the 7 completions. You can't deny the fact, Dick, that it just is a different looking, a more energized offensive team with Kelly Holcomb.
Yeah, you don't have to be a Browns fan to notice that. Jackson finds a big hole. He's out to the 43-yard line, and a gain of about 15 and a first down. Eugene Wilson was the last Patriot left.
Boy, and where does he go? He goes right behind the 2 guys who don't have any experience over on the left side. Joaquin Gonzalez, 73, the left tackle. You saw Enoch DeMar, the left guard, get a good block down to the middle. Melvin Fowler, who's filling in for Jeff Fain, their normally starting center. I mean, to say this group is green is the understatement of the year when it comes to offensive line play.
They're Browns, but they're green. It is color confusing. They got running backs green and white, and of course they have a brown as well, and even a mustard at tight end, this Cleveland roster.
Hey, you're on a roll. Don't stop now.
Well, speaking on a roll, if you can just hang on for 8 seconds, next Saturday, CBS Sports Spectacular, the top Cowboys rope and ride and wrestle and Pace Picante Pro Rodeo Challenge. Now that's something I'd like to do. Get on a big old Raymont.
I thought you were going to talk about the lobster rolls that Bob Kraft sent over here at halftime. We are on a real roll.
Jamel White up the middle to the 46. Now let's see now. 3 weeks ago, Green Bay bratwurst homemade over there. Last week, stone crabs in Miami. This week, a lobster roll, even a little clam chowder. Where are we next week?
I don't know, but
Seattle, maybe.
All I know is Bob Kraft heard us talking about it last week and said, guys, how about some New England hospitality when you come to our stadium?
Merci beaucoup.
Yep. Thank you very much, Bob.
This is a good job. 3rd down. A short 7. Shotgun for Holcomb. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Vrabel comes in and steals the ball. Vrabel rips it away from Holcomb. Was he able to fall back on it? Who's got it? Boy, did Vrabel come around the corner, and somehow a Brown able to fall on that loose football. That could have been disastrous. The ball at the 40-yard line, and Patriots all around it.
Kelly Holcomb initially forced out of the pocket, can't find anybody downfield, and just doesn't have any sense that Mike Vrabel is right beside him. Initially blocked by White, but that is a strip all the way by Vrabel, who looks like he, initially didn't it look like Vrabel just fell right on top of the football.
And White got it, and he was on top of Vrabel. That remarkable effort by the running back who missed the block. Gardocki to punt.
Well, if anybody was motivated, he was.
Ooh, Klecko again very close to the block. Brown lets it bounce out of bounds outside the New England 20-yard line. 7:42 left in the 3rd. We're still knotted at 3. Oh, as nice does that look, huh?
Man, where's Katharine Hepburn and Henry Fonda? Talk about on Golden Pond. That looked beautiful. That movie made me cry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, one of the all-time top 10. 1st down at the 20 for New England. Middle of the 3rd quarter here in Foxborough. It's all defense. Brady pump fake, goes the other way. Graham, another catch. And 3 Browns wrestle him down inside the 45 of Cleveland. Bentley, Griffith, Little drag down the powerful Graham.
And Graham is really covered. I mean, look at Bentley. He's running right there with him. That takes a perfect throw from Brady, and nice elevation by Graham. That was pretty good coverage by the Cleveland Browns. And somehow Brady and Graham connect with 3 guys in coverage.
38 yards. That puts him over 100 yards in receiving yards in the game. Brady hit as he throws and completes the fault to the 35-yard line. And what an effort as Courtney Brown had Brady, but he was able on his way down to complete the pass. We saw him do that against Miami last week.
Yeah, Kennard Lang right here is number 96. He keeps working, trying to get upfield. He ends up falling on top of Brady after Courtney does the heavy lifting from the other side. But Brady's pinned underneath there by Lang. But Courtney Brown was the guy who got there first and delivered the big hit.
Pick up a 7, nevertheless. Pass defense been tough all year. First in the NFL in yards allowed, but not in this game. 202 passing yards for New England, and that's the 1st down to the 30 as Falk drives straight ahead. And we remind you, Thursday on CBS, a Survivor First is coming, and the Castaways past is about to haunt them. Survivors who have been voted out return. You won't believe how they changed the game. Don't miss an all-new Survivor Thursday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
Well, Cleveland's answer now to New England spreading things out is to bring in an extra defensive back, as they're going to go to a nickel defense against New England, and they're going to run it against the nickel.
30 down to the 20, the 15, and another 1st down.
That's the problem when you take out a linebacker for an extra defensive back. You are vulnerable to the run. You've got your 4 linemen. They stunt, and they stunt themselves right out of the hole. Kennard Lang was on a move, so was Gerard Warren, and when Falk takes it up in there, and that middle wave where the linebackers normally are missing on the nickel.
14 yards for Falk to give him 67 rushing in the game. First down at the 16. Right back to Falk. And he's inside the 10-yard line before Kennard Lang and others can make the stop.
An unusual concept in this game so far. Someone threatening the goal line. That's, for those of you that forgot in the first half, that's called a touchdown when they get across the goal line.
Thanks for the refresher. Falk gets a breather. Now he stays in. Brown and Branch to the right. Fourier on the left side.
Two tight ends, a power formation.
And they give it to Falk. Hit in the backfield as Ben Taylor fired through from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, when you go with single back, that means you have no lead blocker. There's Taylor right in the middle of your screen. He just comes in the backside gap right behind Damian Woody. And with no fullback to block, he's unaccounted for. And Kevin Falk really nowhere to go.
Good job of hanging on to the football. A loss of a yard. 3rd and 4. New England only 1 for 8 converting third downs in the game. Brady, quick pass. And too quick. Johnson hadn't turned to look for it. Courtney Brown applying pressure.
Well, Dick, that's not a real that's nothing new, because Cleveland Browns opponents have struggled all year to convert on third down. Only 20 down in the red zone. They are especially tough. That's not even close. But down here in the red zone, this is a very stout Cleveland Browns defense when they're backed up to their own goal line.
Short field goal attempt for Vinatieri. 28 yards for the lead. 96% area for Vinatieri. And he hits it dead center. So with 3:36 left in the third, the Patriots reclaim the lead.
Still no touchdown.
Now New England outscoring their opponents in the third quarter now 58-23, but had to settle for the field goal despite a solid 70-yard drive. And Vinatieri now to kick it off to the Andres, Davis and King. There's Davis. Took one back 95 yards for a score against Houston a year ago. And he's got it at the 7. Little swerve here, swerve there, and the blue shirts catch up to you, and they come in big numbers. Timeout. 3:30 left in the third. Fading colors of fall in Foxborough. We're some 20 miles southwest of the great city of Boston. Late in the third quarter, 6-3 New England. Browns ball, 20-yard line. Kelly Holcomb at the controls. Fires down the sideline. Incomplete. Steve Hayden had it knocked away by Chris Akins. Next Sunday, here is a don't miss. Mark it down, folks. CBS inviting you to the greatest live television reunion of all time. The stars who have made TV history at CBS at 75 live next Sunday. Second down for Holcomb, who spreads the field. And then hands off, and Jackson jammed in the backfield and taken down for a 2-yard loss. Teddy Bruschi spearheaded that defensive charge.
There's a heads-up linebacker. He gets up waving at somebody. I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know. Maybe he's got a good friend over in the Cleveland huddle or something.
Well, he's waving Jackson back there. Said, I'll make your trip shorter. A loss of 1 yard, so it's 3rd and 11. Ball at the 19. Holcomb Chase gets it off to Hayden. The tight end is hit short of the first down at the 27. Roman Pfeiffer made the play, and out comes the punting team.
Well, Kelly Holcomb, here it comes, folks, from a lot of different directions. From the corner, we got the game up front. That's Richard Seymour behind, Klecko in front. I think Holcomb on a bad wheel did a pretty good job of buying a little extra time and getting a completion.
Gardaki with every punt adding to his own mark of never having one blocked as he approaches 1,000 punts in his career. And up the middle for a first down goes the linebacker Brant Boyer. Boyer, the up back, has a first down at the 36. So Butch Davis with a sputtering offense goes into the back of his playbook.
And this is the kind of stuff you like to do on the road. It's going to be a direct snap. Take a look at it right here. There it goes directly to Brant Boyer. And look at that crease in the middle. And if he wouldn't have tripped right there, you'd think that Boyer would have gone for more yardage than that.
Dan Klecko got a little piece of him as he popped through the hole.
See, that's the type of thing you look at. It's not necessarily on, but when you see there's no middle linebacker in there, nobody who could make a play on that thing, you call it, you give it the hot signal, and you run it.
Off play action. Holcomb a lot of time down the sidelines. Incomplete for Jamel White. And Bruschi showing his speed. Look at how far he had moved downfield to cover. Well, it's college football and the good one next Saturday on the Home Depot SEC on CBS. One of the big rivalries, David Green and the Bulldogs of Georgia tangle with Chris Leak and the Florida Gators. All the action beginning with Tim Brando, Spencer Tillman on Olympus College Football Today.
That game otherwise known as the world's largest cocktail party. I've done that game before. And they're getting ready for it. They'll start later tonight.
That's it. You got to get a running start a week ahead. Holcomb. Intercepted and then almost deflected through to Quincy Morgan, and had Morgan caught it, that was a touchdown. But Rodney Harrison got a hand on it, and Law was there too.
Yeah, both of them were there. Ty Law's got the coverage on Quincy, but Morgan, being physical, goes to the inside, and I'm not sure where Holcomb thought his receiver was going to be. That was some sort of confusion there in the Browns passing game.
So 3rd and 10. The Browns 2 out of 10 converting on 3rd down today. They were awful last week, 2 of 14.
And the crowd finally into it here.
To White, puts his head down and is close to the first down, and from the mark it appears he made it, just inched it across the 45-yard line. Bruschi and Asante Samuel with a tackle. Good effort by Jamel White.
Well, just straight out of the shotgun, Jamel White is going to sit there, nobody to block, so he releases. And here you see him moving right here across the middle of the field, and let's see the spot. Yep, that's where he gets the football. He gets it exactly to the 45, and that was good enough for the first down.
Final seconds of the 3rd quarter. The Browns with the ball, trailing 6-3. And the handoff to Jackson for about 3. New England, as we approach the end of the 3rd period, they're on quite a run when they have the lead going into the 4th. They've won their last 20 games when in front after 3 quarters. Well, that's where we stand as the 3rd period comes to an end. 6-3 Patriots will return to Gillette Stadium
at 11.
Field goal a quarter pace. Vinatieri in the 1st. Dawson answers for Cleveland in the 2nd. Vinatieri in the 3rd, all under 30 yards. And now Cleveland opens the 4th quarter with the ball at the 47-yard line. 2nd and a long 7. To Quincy Morgan. Morgan out to midfield. And Pfeiffer, let's tackle this news from Jim Nantz.
All right, thank you, Dick. This comes out of Jacksonville. A lot happening on this play as they swarm Byron Leftwich. Javon Curse sprains an ankle, questionable whether he'll return, but they won't need him. Robert Smith picks it up off the interception, sets up an Eddie George short touchdown run. They lead 27-10 and cruise. And let's go back to Dick and Dan.
Robert Smith from Michigan State. And back in Foxborough, it is 3rd down and a long 5. Oh, Holcomb didn't see the ball snap. He was looking elsewhere, able to pick it up, get out of the pocket, and then throw out of bounds and save the down yardage.
And he is livid. Kelly Holcomb is livid. And what a play. This might have been his best play. He already called for the ball. And and then while he's waving his guys into position, Melvin Fowler wouldn't give it to him, and then it came late.
Now Fowler is playing. He's normally at a guard position, moved over to center with the injury to Jeff Fain.
All right, Kelly, I know you're upset, but that's a youngster you got there, and he's your man. Better be careful.
Troy Brown well covered at the 21-yard line. Kelly Holcomb and his center reacquainting themselves on the sideline. Back in now rainy Foxborough at Gillette Stadium. Kelly Holcomb, we last saw him in Melvin. Now finally, you were saying
he spent that whole 2-minute warning talking to the other quarterbacks. That's the commercial break. I said you better get over to your line.
Finally, Troy Brown with a reception and an immediate hit, a 4-yard gain. McCutcheon with a stop.
Here he comes over finally after 2 minutes. All right, Melvin. All right, now look, I'm sorry I yelled at you guys. Without you, I'm toast. Yes,
I won't be able to yell at all.
It's best you realize that, Kelly. You better not show these guys up too much, or you're liable to find yourself with a lookout block. Oh, look out! Look out!
Jameis to Falk, and they try that left side for short yardage. It'll bring up about 3rd and 3.5. Taylor and Roy make the tackle, and we go to Bonnie.
Dan, you got what you were looking for. Very apologetic Holcomb to Melvin Fowler, and basically his message was to his offensive line, look, it's over, let's look ahead. But if you look ahead and you look in the sky, we've got some rain. Here's the situation. I asked Kelly, what percentage do you think you're at? And he said 80 to 85%. But Butch Davis didn't want to put him in this game, concerned about the weather, concerned about the broken leg, and now he's in there at least for the time being.
All right, thanks, Bonnie. And now Brady throws and hits that big tight end Graham again, and it's a first down across the 35-yard line. This is a career game for Daniel Graham.
No kidding, Dick. He's a big inviting target. Tom Brady feels he's having his outside receivers taken away from him, so he's going to his tight end. But here comes the rain. We're in a game now separated by a field goal, no touchdown. We haven't had a turnover in this game. Here we are, crunch time in the 4th quarter. You almost get the sense that he who makes the first mistake is going to lose this game.
First down at the 36 on Graham's 7th catch. Fake to Falk. The throw is complete. Underneath to Deion Branch, 2nd-year receiver from Louisville, and he's been quiet as well. Ben Taylor covering.
Well, the play-action fake freezes the Browns defense. There's the play-action fake, and look at that. Nobody even gets off the line of scrimmage. The linebackers are sucked up closer to the line, and Tom Brady takes advantage of the fact. And Branch, again, like you said, it's been a very quiet outing for the New England wide receivers. Maybe they're going to start to get freed up.
16 yards for Branch. Fake to Falk. Down the middle. Complete. No, Branch, as he rolled, did not maintain possession. Had it, but couldn't hold. Michael Lehan, a rookie from Minnesota, on the coverage. Friday on CBS, whether it's a drug ring or a bank robbery, the FBI's undercover team takes on any identity to solve crimes from the inside. Emmy winner Joey Pants. He's the handler. Don't miss an all-new episode Friday at 10, 9 Central on CBS. And to be a good handler is going to be crucial now with the rain falling. And all receivers and backs not to cough up the football. Draw play. Falk breaks a couple of tackles, makes something out of a negative. He was trapped for a couple-yard loss and makes a yard. Played at LSU, and the name familiar. His dad and Marshall Falk's father are distant cousins, both out of the New Orleans area.
David Gibbons, the Patriots wide receiver, goes in motion. And you know what? When in doubt, knock down your own guy. And that's
hit somebody, said.
Christian Fourier, the tight end. I don't think that's the way Charlie Weiss drew that up.
Coach said hit somebody. Brady flushed, throws to Fourier, and he gets to the 40-yard line, and a flag down. Thrown by the umpire. Robert Griffith made the tackle.
9 times out of 10 we know what a flag from the umpire is. And that's why I said 1 time out of 10.
Usually
you almost
holding.
know it's something against the offensive line.
Personal fall, shot block. 68 and 63 of the offense.
Again, that's the second time today.
Still third down.
That's the second time today. Ashworth was called for making a chop block when Joe Andruzzi had the guy stood up. Again, we're talking about the right guard and the right tackle, and they're right there.
Looks like he was released before the second.
You see what happened. Ashworth was actually blocking one guy and ended up falling into somebody else. That was completely unintentional. That was completely unintentional. I don't think that's yeah, in reality it's a chop block, but Ashworth didn't mean to do that. He was blocking somebody else and lost his footing.
No intent. 3rd and 24 for Brady, who throws underneath to Troy Brown, hoping he can make something, and then he laterals to Falk and does get another 5 yards out to the 50. The Randy Moss special.
Yeah, this is he's opened a can of worms here now. Everybody wants to get on in the action. Falk's lateral ended up in a touchdown. All the way across the field, Troy Brown just running a very shallow cross. And this is these are wonderful plays when they work. But I can tell you right now, in a very close, tight ball game, that ball could have ended up on the ground, and Troy Brown could have ended up in the doghouse.
Dennis Northcutt lets it go, and it's going to roll to the goal line, and they keep it out. It's covered well by David Gibbons and Bethel Johnson. It's Johnson at the 1-yard line. That's where the Browns get it when we come back. A perfectly placed kick by Ken Walder, 53 yards to the Cleveland 1, and that has fans on their feet behind the Browns as they break huddle.
It's like a reverse dog pound. The Browns they're in a bad spot right there.
And a fake. Holcomb then throws to Hayden, the tight end, and that'll give him a little breathing room. In fact, you brought up the dog pound, and in talking with Butch Davis, he said in some ways, why is our record the last 2 years so good on the road? He said they don't boo us. They may yell at us, but they don't boo us as much as we're getting at home. And it is discouraging, the derisive calls from your home fans. It's encouraging. It's almost a compliment on the road, but at home, it's tough to digest.
Well, I grew up a Cleveland Browns fan, and let me tell you, those fans love the Browns.
Oh, of course they do.
There's a passion for this football team unrivaled in a lot of cities.
And breaking through is Jackson, and he fights his way to the 20-yard line on second effort before Eugene Wilson. Rodney Harrison can get him down.
There's the biggest first down of the game for the Cleveland Browns so far. And I give a lot of credit to Bruce Arians, their offensive coordinator, for throwing it on first down. Then you've got the luxury of running a little power football. And that's exactly what James Jackson delivers there on 2nd and short. But to me, gutsy call, throwing it on first down from your own 1-yard line. Nice work and having confidence in your quarterback, Kelly Holcomb.
First down from the 20, a fake to Jackson, and Holcomb downfield for Hayden, overshoots him. Had him open.
Had him wide open. And Kelly right now is going, wow, I'd like to try that one more time. That ball just floated on him because Hayden is wide open. There's Hayden releasing to the left, working right to the middle of the field. Right in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Look how open he is. I know he's trying to float it over the top of Roman Pfeiffer, the New England linebacker that was in the shorter coverage.
2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers. And the flag's down and early movement.
And Mike Vrabel was right up there on the line, and he was getting ready to come, and he forced somebody into jumping.
Ball start. 70 offense. 5-yard penalty. The 2nd down.
One of those young linemen.
Enoch Damar. He's right here on at the left guard. He rocks back and comes completely up out of his stance. No tougher thing for a young lineman to learn that on the road like this with all that crowd noise, You just can't lose focus.
And that New England defense showing you so much movement. Holcomb out of the backfield. Short gain for Jackson. Back to the 19-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 11. And Tuesday on CBS. The only thing more bizarre than this case is the way NCIS works it. Don't miss the show critics call anything but predictable. Mark Harmon starring in an all-new Navy NCIS Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
If I am Kelly Holcomb, I know that guy right there, Romeo Crennel, is going to send something after me that I haven't seen before. Yep, he's staying here. Watch him here, watch him there.
5 wide, empty backfield, shotgun Holcomb. No time. Shooting through cleanly with Vrabel again. He's had a field day, Mike Vrabel.
And Kelly Holcomb really emotional. You think this guy's not a competitor. You gotta, it's just too many people. You keep 5 guys in front of you, your offensive line. If they're going to bring 6, Kelly, somebody's hot. Somebody is hot, and that time it was Mike Vrabel. You've got to account for somebody yourself as the quarterback. And that time, Holcomb acted like he wasn't expecting that rush from outside.
The trifecta for Vrabel, his 3rd sack of the game. Gardocki and Troy Brown, and Gardocki got into this one. Did he ever? With the wind in his back, a muff, but he picks it up at the 30s, back to the 40, ran into his own man, and then the Browns. 59-yard punt by Gardocki. Vrabel, 3 sacks to lead that Patriot defense. Billions of dollars in NFL merchandise. A little Vinatieri uniform being checked out.
You gotta kick the field goal in a winning Super Bowl game to have your jersey be a big seller.
I know you hate to admit anything about a kicker.
Vinatieri's a big deal here in New England.
Kevin Falk. Short yardage. A flag flew on the snap. Kennard Lang may have jumped offside.
Offside, 96 defense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Lang was guilty, and Butch Davis, instead of 2nd and 9, sees his team face 1st and 5.
Well, here's where New England, this is the point in a game where you look to your offensive line and say, men, it's your job to win this game for us now. We want to run out the clock. We want to grind out first downs. We want to run the football. And when we throw it, you got to do your job and protect the quarterback. This is where it's a great feeling for an offensive lineman if you pull it off.
Breaks out to the 50-yard line, and that'll be a first down in the grasp of Andre Davis.
That clock keeps right on ticking. And you pick up the first down. The chains move. And take a look at it up front. Every man accounted for. An excellent crease for Kevin Falk. And this is when it's a fun time to be an offensive lineman. You know, you're down by 3 touchdowns and they're running over the top of you. These are the times that can make up for it if you pull it off.
6 yards on first down. That's 86 yards on 19 carries for Kevin Falk.
It's been a busy day for Kevin. Dick just gave you the raw numbers. This is a little look at what he's seen. He didn't even get challenged until he was 15 yards downfield that time. But Kevin Falk does it all. He's a good receiver. He's a good, solid runner. The only thing he does sometimes is the football gets a little far away from his body. And in a situation like here is where almost down to 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, I'd be tightening that grip on the football, Kevin.
He gets it again. And stopped cold after a yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down. Big Gerard Warren in the center of that defense, the 325-pounder from Florida. While it surprised 60 Minutes to learn that there were video cameras in a theater in Moscow when Chechnyan terrorists took 800 people hostage, what did those cameras record? You'll see tonight on 60 Minutes, then Cold Case, and then the movie tonight. Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt star in What Women Want, all on CBS Sunday, America's most watched network.
Well, 3rd and short. Here are the Patriots in a shotgun formation.
The blitz, and it goes to Troy Brown. And Brown has the first down.
You notice Tom Brady doing a pretty good job of acting back there, making all sorts of signals about calling this, pointing here, pointing there. Charlie getting a little creative here. See, Brady, this is an act all the way. Now and Troy Brown goes right up to center. Dan Copeland takes the snap while Brady is still in play acting mode. that is a slick play.
Well, we got Orpheus on one side and Othello on the other.
And a monstrous first down for the Patriots.
At the 39. Time under 4 minutes. Ball kicked from the side by Courtney Brown. Showing up the time. Each team has its 3 timeouts left. A 6-3 game. And now the Browns' motive is at least deny New England a touchdown. A field goal can't beat you. You'll get another chance with the ball.
Well, right now we'd be looking at about a 55-yard field goal, so the Patriots have to advance the football farther than this.
2nd and 8. Falk slashes off tackle to the 35-yard line. Good defense again from Andre Davis and Kevin Bentley.
That was a good play, because initially it looked like Falk was going to get more yardage than that.
The Browns spend their first timeout. Final 3:08 of the 4th quarter. Adam Vinatieri loosening up.
If they move the ball another 2 or 3 yards, Dick, and don't get a first down, Vinatieri is going to be looking at a 50-yarder into a breeze off of a wet, sloppy field. I'm not, it's not sloppy, but it's wet. I'm not sure they'd try that.
Shotgun Brady. 3rd and 6. Throws to the sidelines and completes to Deion Branch. That was big. And it's a first down at the 25-yard line.
Well, Deion Branch is running out of the slot position, and he's going to run a pattern out after the wide receiver. In that instance, it was David Gibbons. Clears things out. See right here, he's going to cut underneath Gibbons, and the defense isn't able to make the reaction. McCutcheon can't get over there in time. An excellent pattern that time, run by Gibbons and Branch in conjunction with one another.
Now back to Falk. Sidesteps and then it slides down at about the 21-yard line. The Browns have 2 timeouts left. Clock runs to 2:49, 2:48.
They're in no man's land as far as when to take these timeouts. They're going to get 1 stoppage at the 2-minute warning. They really don't have much choice here but to let it run.
The stoppage they need is to hold the Patriots.
The stoppage they needed was on that last 3rd down, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, no pressure on Brady. He had a lot of time to search the field. Falk goes out. 96 yards rushing for him. Antoine Smith is in. And the bigger back Smith hit in the backfield, breaks away, and then on the second chance, Courtney Brown gets him down. He hit him, was shredded, and then went back after him. 2:12 left, and so Cleveland uses another timeout. The Cleveland Browns in a situation well defined with 2:12 left, only 1 timeout remaining, and looking at a 3rd down 5 defensively. They must stop if they're going to entertain any serious hopes of catching the Patriots. Big play. Brady fires over the middle. Incomplete. Broken up as Anthony Henry is able to knock it away from Deion Branch. The Ant, as they call him, tough play on the slant. So out comes Vinatieri.
That couldn't work out any better for the Brownies. And you're looking at the percentages for Adam Vinatieri. Obviously, a lot of variables go into it, but this ball is going to be placed, and where he's going to kick is in that 81% range.
Be about a 37-38 yard attempt. Vinatieri is 2 for 3. Actually should be 3 for 3, but a penalty denied a 43-yard field goal, and then he missed from 48. It is good. The owner Bob Kraft applauds a 9-3 lead. Cleveland has 2 minutes and 5 seconds to try to change that score.
Snap and hold were perfect, and I don't think that kick was offline by more than about an inch or two, as being right down central.
And we'll go online to Jim Nantz.
All right, we've got a touchdown to report on in the Baltimore-Denver game. This came after a Ray Lewis interception. Kyle Bowler rolling out and finding Terry Jones for the touchdown. They lead now 16-6 with 7.5 minutes remaining. Let's go back to Dick and Dan.
All right, Jim, and Denver playing with that quarterback injury plague, obviously having trouble scoring themselves.
Well, Butch Davis in this situation, yeah, he's got no choice but to congratulate his defense. He would have liked to have had the ball back a couple of minutes ago. The Patriots chewed up 4+, and in that sense, they were very successful in padding their lead. It's going to take something we haven't seen, Dick, a touchdown.
That's right. Jim Nantz said touchdown.
I know when he
startled.
Oh, I know. Our heads both jerked. We hadn't heard anything like that. What an outrageous concept.
Andre Davis is deep. Cleveland, by the way, and fans back in Ohio will know that in 40 games of the Davis era, 25 have been decided in the final minute of play. Cleveland gets its chance from the 8. Davis cuts back inside, crosses the 30 to the 33-yard line. Don Davis in on the tackle. The 2-minute warning.
CBS Tuesday.
So with just under 2 minutes to go, it boils down to, can Cleveland do something neither team has accomplished in the entire game?
They're going to have to do it with only one timeout. They're going to have to do it on the road. They're going to have to overcome crowd noise, and they're going to have to overcome some exotic defenses that Bill Belichick and Romeo Crennel are going to come after Kelly Holcomb in this Cleveland offense with right now. They're not afraid to blitz in this situation.
All with rain falling in Foxborough. It starts from the 33. Rodney Harrison right up on the line of scrimmage. The throw goes long and open, but incomplete as Dennis Northcutt, as Holcomb had to deliver under pressure from Willie McGinnis.
You see a lot of defensive coordinators that are satisfied to rush 3 people, but not the Patriots. You see that time they came with 6. Ooh, and look how close they come to giving up a big play. You know, that's... Yes, I'm bold, but I can get burned. And they were really close that time. Let's see if they come after him with more than 4 this time.
No. If they get to him anyway. Finally throws it incomplete. So he saves. No, they're saying he was down by contact. They're winding the clock. That is not an incomplete pass. It's a sack. Credited to Seymour and Klecko. So 137, 136 clock running on the loss in the play.
And as a defensive coordinator, oh, how you love getting that sack coming with only 4 guys.
3rd and long. Holcomb underneath. Tripped up is Kevin Johnson after the short catch. Pfeiffer got him. Timeout. That's the last one that the Browns and Holcomb have. 1:19 left. Coming up next, the second half of our CBS doubleheader. The Jets will be at Philadelphia. Jets have won their last 2 as they awaken. And Houston at Indianapolis. And the high-powered Colts offense on display again. Check your local listings. Stay with us. We'll have all the scores and highlights from the guys in New York, as well as more action on our doubleheader day.
All right, now for the New England Patriots. I know they love to blitz, but wow. I don't think I'd have the nerve to blitz right now. It's 4th and 15 yards. Your front 4 is getting pretty good pressure by themselves. Boy, I sure would be tempted to drop 7 guys back there and let it all happen in front of me. A big play is the only thing right now that can beat the Patriots.
3 wide receivers to the right. And Quincy Morgan to the left, and New England now will use a timeout. It's 1st.
Well, you know what they did? They just got the Browns to declare themselves with their formation and their personnel package. And Romeo has a timeout to burn. He's got a lead to protect. And why not be sure about what you're doing?
That's a basketball timeout.
It is a basketball timeout. Yeah, there's Brewski. Yep. And I think that was their plan all along. That is a basketball timeout.
So you let the offense commit themselves in formation or in personnel. And now you have to change the play as Kelly Holcomb goes to the sidelines with a couple of his receivers. Tim Couch, in case you're just joining us, started the game, injured a thumb late in the first half, and Kelly Holcomb took over and only score a field goal just before the end of the half to tie it at 3. All field goals.
By the way, if you're just joining us, you've missed nearly the entire game.
This could be it. 4th and 15. Holcomb needs a big one down the middle and gets it complete to Dennis Northcutt. Oh my, 17 yards on a 4th and 15. Clock running, nearing the 1-minute mark.
It's not over yet.
Holcomb hurries his team to the line of scrimmage. Pump fake. He goes long. Oh, there's contact between Law and the receiver. Kevin Johnson, no flag, and Law has the ball. Oh, they love it here in Foxborough, but Butch Davis and all of those watching in Ohio have to wonder, ooh, wasn't that excessive contact?
Well, on both sides. Kevin Johnson had a hold of Ty Law's jersey as well. But I think that's the matchup that Cleveland wanted. Ty Law with the bad ankle, single coverage, and you're going to your go-to guy, Kevin Johnson. It's just that Ty Law somehow continues to play good football on that bad ankle. I think Cleveland had exactly what they wanted, Dick, in terms of the matchup. It's just Ty Law shows why he goes to the Pro Bowl every year.
Right. He's an outstanding player on one leg.
Yes, he is.
His second interception of this year, and the 3-time Pro Bowler now has 31 career picks. That's second only to the great Raymond Claiborne, who had 36 before his retirement. So it will be an unbeaten October for New England as they strengthen their hold on first in the AFC East. The Jets and Buffalo play later. Buffalo tonight, as field goals good enough for Bill Belichick defensive-minded New England Patriots.
And Dick, having been in Buffalo on opening day and sitting ringside for that 31-0 whipping of the Patriots by the Bills, what a testament to this football team that they've come back the way they have.
So the final score here at Gillette Stadium, the New England Patriots 9, the Cleveland Browns 3. Well, we're halfway through this season, and the cup is still half full for the New England Patriots. They're still in first place. For all of us at CBS Sports, this is Dick Enberg with Dan Dierdorf, Bonnie Bernstein. Thank you for being with us. Stay tuned for the second half of our doubleheader. You're watching the NFL on CBS.